Good morning, everyone. We start with a major weather alert, a situation that requires immediate attention and preparedness. This is not just another weather update, it's a call to action. A powerful storm system is targeting the U.S. Gulf Coast, and its potential impact cannot be overstated. We're closely monitoring its trajectory and intensity as it churns through the Gulf of Mexico. This isn't just another summer storm. This is a significant weather event with the potential for widespread damage and disruption. The scale and intensity of this system are cause for serious concern. Over 12 million people, a massive segment of our population, from Florida to Texas, are bracing for what could be a life-altering event. The entire Gulf Coast region is under threat, and residents are urged to take all necessary precautions are in its path, facing the brunt of this formidable weather system. The projected path indicates a high probability of direct impact, making preparation absolutely crucial. Forecasters warn of historic, devastating floods, potentially exceeding anything we've seen in recent memory. These aren't just ordinary floods. We're talking about levels that could submerge entire neighborhoods, fueled by the Gulf's warm waters, which are significantly above average for this time of year. This warm water acts as a catalyst, intensifying the storm's power and increasing the risk of rapid development. Streets could turn into rivers within minutes, rendering roads impassable and trapping residents in their homes. The speed at which the water can rise is alarming, leaving little time to react, especially in cities like New Orleans, which are particularly vulnerable due to their low elevation and complex drainage systems. The city's unique geography makes it highly susceptible to flooding. Houston, a sprawling metropolis with a history of devastating floods, Mobile, and Tampa, all coastal cities that face a heightened risk of inundation. These urban centers are densely populated, increasing the potential for widespread impact. The urgency is real, time is of the essence, and every moment counts in ensuring your safety and the safety of your community. This slow-moving system could dump relentless rain for days on end, exacerbating the flooding risk and prolonging the period of danger. The extended duration of the rainfall is a major concern, overwhelming drainage and flooding entire communities, leaving homes submerged and lives disrupted. The sheer volume of water could overwhelm even the most robust infrastructure. The National Hurricane Center is on high alert, working around the clock to provide the most accurate and up-to-date information. Their expertise is crucial in guiding preparedness and response efforts, tracking a storm that could intensify rapidly, potentially reaching hurricane status before making landfall. The possibility of rapid intensification adds another layer of complexity to the situation. This is about more than weather. It's about the safety and well-being of our communities, our families, and our neighbors. Families and homes are at risk, particularly those located in low-lying coastal areas. Evacuation orders should be taken seriously, and residents should heed the advice of local authorities. Urban flooding is a top concern, with the potential to cripple infrastructure and disrupt daily life, with drainage systems likely to be overwhelmed, leading to widespread street flooding and property damage. The capacity of these systems is simply not designed to handle the anticipated rainfall. For millions, the next few days are a race to prepare, securing homes, stocking up on supplies, and making evacuation plans, and protect loved ones, ensuring that everyone is safe and accounted for during this dangerous period. Experts are worried because the storm is slow, meaning it will linger over the region for an extended period, increasing the amount of rainfall. The Gulf is hot, providing ample energy for the storm to intensify and maintain its strength. And this year has already broken flooding records, indicating that the region is particularly vulnerable to heavy rainfall events. The ground is already saturated in many areas, reducing its ability to absorb additional water. This is an immediate, growing danger, a situation that demands our full attention and proactive measures. That demands our full attention, preparedness, and a commitment to ensuring the safety of ourselves and our communities. Stay informed, stay safe, and heed the warnings of local authorities. The National Hurricane Center has issued an alert, a routine announcement that often gets overlooked in our busy lives. But this isn't just another weather update. It's a call to attention, a signal to be aware and prepared. They're indicating a 10% chance of tropical cyclone formation. This seemingly small number carries significant weight, especially when it comes to potential storm development. That number might sound low, easily dismissed as insignificant. It's tempting to think, only 10%, I don't need to worry. But in meteorology, it's a serious warning. It's a red flag, a signal that conditions are ripe for something more significant to develop. It means there's a real possibility this cluster of storms could organize, that the atmospheric conditions are favorable for development. This organization could lead into a tropical depression or even a named storm within 48 hours. The time frame is short, emphasizing the need for immediate awareness. But even without a name, the threat is real. The potential for significant impact remains, regardless of whether it's officially classified. Massive amounts of tropical moisture are heading for the coast. This influx of water vapor is the fuel that can lead to devastating rainfall. The real danger is the water, not the wind. While wind damage is a concern, the sheer volume of rainfall poses the greatest risk to life and property. Think of the storm as a giant sponge, relentlessly drawing in moisture from the warm Gulf waters, soaking up Gulf moisture, and ready to unleash it, spinning or not. Whether it organizes into a swirling storm or remains a disorganized mass, the water will come down. Meteorologists urge us to look past the percentage, to not get fixated on that single number and underestimate the potential danger. Instead, focus on the impact, the potential for flooding, the disruption to daily life, and the risk to safety. Torrential, flood-producing rain is nearly certain for some areas. The forecast models are consistently showing significant rainfall totals, raising the specter of widespread flooding. Officials aren't waiting for the odds to rise, they're sounding the alarm now. They recognize the potential for rapid escalation and are taking proactive steps to ensure public safety. Don't focus on the number, focus on the message. The message is clear: be prepared for significant rainfall and potential flooding. This is the time to activate your safety plan and listen to local officials. Review your evacuation routes, gather essential supplies, and stay informed about the latest updates. Even unnamed, slow-moving systems can be as catastrophic as hurricanes when it comes to flooding. The lack of a name doesn't diminish the danger. It's the slow, relentless rainfall that causes the most damage. The key takeaway: prepare for major flooding, no matter what the storm is called. Take proactive steps to protect your home and family, regardless of the storm's official designation. The difference between a named storm and a disorganized system is often irrelevant for rainfall. The amount of rain that falls is determined by the atmospheric conditions and the storm's moisture content, not its name. Take every alert seriously. Your safety and well-being depend on it. As this storm intensifies in the Gulf, we must ask ourselves, what could this storm do? What kind of impact are we anticipating for the communities that call the Gulf Coast home? The potential is significant, and understanding the risks is crucial for everyone in the region. To Gulf Coast communities, we're talking about homes, businesses, and the very fabric of life along the coast. The proximity to the water, while beautiful, also makes these areas incredibly vulnerable. The main threat: extreme, prolonged rainfall. This isn't just a passing shower, we're talking about days of relentless downpours. The ground will struggle to absorb the water, and the consequences could be devastating. Rainfall totals could reach feet, not inches. Imagine the sheer volume of water accumulating, overwhelming drainage systems, and transforming streets into rivers. Flash floods. These can occur rapidly, turning seemingly safe areas into dangerous torrents in a matter of minutes. And urban flooding are likely, as storm drains struggle to keep up with the deluge. The concrete jungle can quickly become a water trap, especially in low-lying areas. These areas are naturally more susceptible to flooding, and residents need to be particularly vigilant. And major cities like Houston, which have a history of devastating floods. The sheer scale of these urban centers means that flooding can impact a huge number of people. And New Orleans, a city that knows all too well the destructive power of water. Its unique geography makes it particularly vulnerable. Storm drains will be overwhelmed, unable to cope with the sheer volume of rainfall. Streets impassable, turning commutes into nightmares and isolating entire neighborhoods, and homes at risk far from rivers. It's not just those living near waterways who are in danger. The flooding can spread far and wide. The Gulf will churn up dangerous surf and rip currents, creating hazardous conditions for anyone near the water, making beaches unsafe. Even experienced swimmers can be caught off guard by the power of the ocean during a storm. Officials will close beaches to protect the public from these dangers and urge everyone to stay out of the water. Heed these warnings. They are there for your safety. The combination of saturated ground, unable to absorb any more rainfall, overflowing rivers, swollen by the excessive rainfall, and battered coastlines, weakened by the relentless pounding of waves, creates a multifaceted threat. It's not just one thing to worry about, it's a convergence of factors that amplify the danger. From Wednesday to Friday, the peak of the storm's impact, the region will be under siege. Prepare for the worst and hope for the best. Property damage could be immense, with homes and businesses facing significant destruction. But the top concern is saving lives. Material possessions can be replaced, but human life is irreplaceable. Take warnings seriously. Don't underestimate the power of the storm. Have a plan and be ready to act. Preparedness is key to weathering this storm safely. To understand the danger, look at 2025's record-breaking floods. The Texas Hill Country disaster saw families swept away by sudden deadly rapids. Kansas faced dramatic rooftop rescues as a minor creek became a torrent. North Carolina endured a 1-in-1,000-year rain event, submerging neighborhoods. Even arid New Mexico and the Midwest were hit. Roads washed out, farmland flooded, New York's subway turned into waterfalls, proving no city is immune. These aren't just statistics, they're shattered communities. Flash floods strike with little warning and are among the deadliest weather events. 2025 has shown a disturbing pattern, more frequent, intense, and destructive rainfall. As this new storm approaches, remember these recent tragedies. The threat of historic flooding is not hypothetical, it's already reality. We must take this storm seriously. Meteorologists are issuing their most dire predictions yet for 2025. This year could become the worst flash flood year in modern U.S. history. Flash floods have already claimed more lives than tornadoes and hurricanes combined. The frequency and intensity of these events are breaking records. Experts blame a perfect storm of atmospheric conditions and a changing climate. Their message: the rules are changing and urgent action is needed. The Gulf Coast storm fits this dangerous new pattern. Why are storms getting stronger and floods worse? The answer is heat. Warmer air and oceans mean storms can hold and unleash more moisture. For every degree Celsius of warming, the atmosphere holds 7% more water vapor. This year, persistent heat domes and stalled weather patterns have slowed storms, dumping days of rain on the same areas. The Gulf's sea surface temperatures are several degrees above average, fuel for any storm. As storms draw in this heat and moisture, they become more intense and longer lasting. This is a direct result of a warming climate. Storms are becoming wetter, slower, and more dangerous. Understanding this science is key to appreciating the threat. Extreme weather is becoming the new normal. Drought can actually make flooding worse. Much of the Gulf Coast has seen dry spells, leaving soil hard and unable to absorb water. When heavy rain hits, it runs off quickly, causing faster, more severe floods. Hydrophobic soil and urban pavement combine to funnel water into low-lying areas. Drainage systems are overwhelmed, leading to rapid urban flooding. This paradox means a region can go from drought to disaster in hours. Forecasters are watching not just the storm, but the ground it will hit. Severe drought amplifies the risk of flash floods. It's a cruel twist. Relief from drought can arrive as a violent flood. Beyond the immediate threat to life, the economic fallout from flooding is massive. Damage to homes, infrastructure, and agriculture can reach billions. The Gulf Coast's economy could be crippled for years. Insurance companies are pulling out of high-risk areas, leaving homeowners with few expensive options. The federal flood insurance program is billions in debt, causing premiums to skyrocket. For many, coastal living is becoming financially impossible. Families and businesses fear they can't afford to rebuild. As the storm approaches, the threat is not just physical, but economic and long-lasting. With this threat looming, officials urge everyone to prepare now. Have multiple ways to receive weather alerts: radio, phone, local news. Know your evacuation zone and be ready to leave if ordered. Prepare a go bag with essentials for every family member, including pets. Secure your property, clear gutters, move valuables to higher floors. Never drive through flooded roads. Turn around, don't drown. Floodwaters can be deadly and deceptive. Stay vigilant throughout hurricane season. Complacency is dangerous. Every storm is different, and this one could be especially severe. Listen to local officials and check on neighbors who may need help. We're all in this together. Preparation saves lives.